Hey guys, Kris here, and welcome to the brand new Peugeot E-5008. Today, we're gonna do a first test drive, a review of this brand new electric 7-seat, 3-row SUV from Peugeot. And you guys may be thinking, hey Kris, are you in Spain again? Looking at my surroundings. Haven't you been in Spain like 3 times already this year for press launches? You're actually mistaken. I'm not in Spain, even though we were just, chilling with the Pepsi Max at this seaside, this beach resort here, enjoying the view. I'm actually in southern Sweden, very close to Copenhagen actually, only about a 40-minute drive from Copenhagen. And this is a spectacular place. So I have this car for a few hours now. We're gonna drive to a seaside resort in Aarhus, and then we're gonna just relax, and then we're gonna drive back here to the airport tomorrow in Copenhagen. So these 2 days are gonna be a little bit of a relaxed review. It is summer. I don't wanna stress today, but I wanna give you guys my opinion of this, the brand new Peugeot E-5008.
On July 15th, we are doing a giveaway to celebrate 50,000 subscribers here on the channel. In collaboration with Zaptec and then partnering up with Polestar as Polestar's recommended home charger, we are giving away 2 Zaptec GO home chargers. To enter, simply subscribe to this channel and comment down below, I want a Zaptec GO home charger. Thanks Zaptec for sponsoring this video.
Okay guys, first time behind the wheel of this new E-5008. So this is a brand new platform, this new Stellantis platform, with also new battery packs. This was new with the E-3008, but the 5008 and the 3008 have always basically been the same car. This is just a longer version with 3 rows and 7 seats compared to the E-3008, which is 2 rows and 5 seats. So this platform was new with that car, and this is, just the new model, the new version on that same platform. So the car we're driving today, I think it has a 73 kilowatt hour battery pack, single front electric motor, 210 horsepower. And there's also going to be a bigger version. I think it has like 90 or 93 kilowatt hours of battery capacity. And then there's going to be an all-wheel drive version. So I'm going to put all the stats up on the screen for you guys so you guys can check that out. So this is a very important car. If they price this correctly, this is going to be very competitive in a segment which is dominated by the Volkswagen MEB platform cars. And what this has going for it is, of course, I think it looks great. It's something else than Volkswagen. I like Peugeot. My first new car was actually a Peugeot 207 back in 2008. So I have love for this brand. And that's just a speed limit warning, beeping at me, but very calmly, not like beeping annoyingly. But what's special about this car is that it is a 3-row, 7-seat large SUV, and you're not going to get that with the MEB platform cars. So if they price this correctly in the Nordics, in Norway, here in Sweden, in other markets, I think this can be a very interesting product, especially also you have that bigger battery pack, right? That 93 kilowatt hours, which is going to give this car a maximum WLTP rated range of 660 kilometers. And that is pretty impressive. And what's also impressive is that the trunk here is really big. I think with the 3rd row folded down, it's like almost 1,000 liters. And this feels like more like a traditional SUV. In this segment, you have this nice and upright driving position, but I want to find out how this is dynamically, because now we've just been going through this small town here, and then also on the motorway. I'm updating you guys a little bit later. I've been driving a little bit here on some really nice country roads along the south coast here in Sweden. I think we're in Skåne, I think this is place called. So let's see, put the pedal to the floor, 210 horsepower. Yeah, so, you get a little bit, what's the word? Spoilt by driving a lot of fast electric cars that a family SUV with 210 horsepower really doesn't feel fast. It's not fast. I don't know what the numbers are. I'm going to put it on screen for you guys, but it's not fast. But there's going to be an all-wheel drive version with like 320 horsepower. But it really doesn't matter, because what I really like about this car is the way it drives. Again, I don't know the pricing, but I know that the E-3008 in Norway, starts at 440,000 kroner. So if this is going to be a little bit more expensive, like 40,000 kroner more expensive, it's smack in the middle of the MEB competition. The Skoda Enyaq, the Volkswagen ID3, the Cooper Tavascan I recently drove in Spain, and also the Audi Q4 e-tron. Actually going to be a lot cheaper than the Audi Q4 e-tron. This is a GT with a little bit of nice equipment. Don't know the exact price of this car, but what I can say is that it's really nice to drive. It feels like a solid Germanic product. It feels like the platform is really solid, but it has a little bit of a French twist to it. It's a little bit more sporty to drive, a little bit more feel in the steering, just a little bit more taut, a little bit more focused than any of the MEB platform cars, which I think is really interesting, but it still retains that nice level of comfort. It is firm in its suspension, but it's never uncomfortable. And I think this is what the French do like even better than the Germans. It's that balance between comfort and sport. And even the steering, not a lot of feel, but it's tight, it feels natural. And at this price point and in this class, that is everything you can ask for. It's just the steering that feels natural. And this feels natural on the motorway, through the city. And also this interior, we're going to get back to that later in this video, but this interior is really nice and warm and of high quality. So far, this is turning out to be an impressive car. Now let's take a look at the interior. I don't have a lot of time, so this is a little bit rushed, this event, as they usually are, but I really want to give you guys a tour of the interior of this new E-5008 because I do think it is really, really nice. I'm going to show you guys some stuff inside also, but starting with the doors. So up top, you have soft touch plastics, and this being the GT line, you have this insert here, this aluminum trim, which is also backlit. So it gives the car a really nice ambiance. And then you have this fabric called heather, which comes from the furniture world and reminds me a lot of the fabric we saw with the Audi Q6 e-tron. I think it just warms up the interior really nicely. Then you have this trim here. This is plastic or aluminum, and then you have some artificial leather here, which is also stitched. The window switches, physical, mirror switches, physical, which is really, really nice. And I think the switchgear that Peugeot use is nice. It's high quality. It's nothing to complain about. It's not worse than anything you would find from, you know, the Germans at this price point. Down low though, you do have hard touch plastics, but at this price point, that is absolutely acceptable. So this being the GT line, it has these Alcantara seats. The inserts are Alcantara, and then there's artificial leather on the outside. We've been driving these cars for a few hours now, and they are really, really comfortable. There is an upgrade to Nappa leather, and also you can have fully electrical seats, which they showed us in the presentation. So this has Peugeot embossed, and then you have this small Peugeot steering wheel, which, you know, a lot of people may not like, but what's really nice about it is that it gives you a really nice view of the whole screen. So you adjust this, you know, maybe down like that, or actually in a nice position, and then you can just see clearly above the steering wheel. And I don't think about it. It's a little bit different, but you know, it works pretty fine. You have adaptive cruise control buttons here on the left side, and then you have your audio controls here on the right side. They just work. I mean, this is typical of what we've seen in a lot of cars. They're not touch capacitive, so you have to actually press them, and they work completely fine. They're logical to use. And then you have the indicators here, and this also feels of high quality. Really nice plastics and materials they have used for both the indicator stalks and also your windshield wipers here. So you have start button up here, and then you have your gear selector with park there. And then you have more of this beautiful heather fabric, which I said comes from the furniture world. You have an armrest here, which is really nice and softly padded. And then you have a few cup holders, and then you have a little bit of storage here. USB-C ports. And then here you have something called the iToggle. So this has a changeable screen where you have shortcuts for what's shown up top of this 21-inch panoramic display. You can see how it floats. It's really pretty, and also more of that beautiful heather fabric. It just warms up the interior really nicely. I just think the interior quality-wise, when you compare this to anything else in the class, I mean, guys, this car, price-wise, competes with the Volkswagen ID.4, Audi Q4 e-tron, Skoda Enyaq, and also Cupra Tavascan. And I think this is easily the nicest of any of those interiors. It just feels a level above. It's not luxury car level, it just feels premium and niche. So the interesting thing about the E-5008 is that it is a 3-row electric SUV. I don't think, oh, maybe we can check that car over there after if it's not busy. But you can see that behind the 3rd row, there are 748 liters of VDA standardized storage, or 948 liters, something like in water. But the VDA numbers are 748. So we have the rear seats. This is the 2nd row. Again, this is hard touch plastic, so this is a little bit lower in quality, but you still have that really nice heather fabric there, and this is also stitched. I mean, price cutting, you're going to see that in the 2nd row in a lot of these cars. And let's see if we could adjust this headrest above there. Okay. So also, can we slide this seat backwards? Yeah, we can. I think you can move this seat, the 3rd position here, or the 2nd row. You can move it 150 millimeters forward or rearwards. And yeah, headroom is a little tight. I'm 180 centimeters, just about 5'11", and sitting behind myself, I don't have massive headroom, as you guys can see, but I do have, you know, decent foot room and leg room. And also the floor is completely flat, as you guys can see, but what's really nice is that there's a lot of room for my feet. So as a 2nd row in a car having a 3rd row, I think this is actually pretty decent. This new E-5008 is a very nice and welcome addition to this class of vehicle, the midsize electric SUV. The fact that this has 3 rows and 7 seats makes it very unique in this space of vehicle. And also, it drives really well. I think it looks awesome. It has a beautiful interior. It's comfortable, it's quiet. I've got to play a little bit with the infotainment system, and from what I've been using, it looks fine. It's easy to use. But you know, I won't have my full verdict before I have this on Norwegian soil, though we're in Sweden, we're very close, and I have my full test week and do all my tests with it. But as it is now, if they price this correctly, I think this is a very exciting and new addition to a segment that is, well, dominated by the MAB platform cars. The Enyaq, the ID.4, and the Q4 e-tron, and also the upcoming Cupra Tavascan. May not be a bestseller, but that's basically the offering we've had that's been interesting in this class. And I think this is very interesting because of the total package. The only downside I see to this is that the long-range version is not going to come with 4-wheel drive. That's not the plan, at least. I talked to one of the product managers yesterday, and he said, well, there's no plan on doing that, but if there's enough demand, I guess they could just, you know, slap on an electric motor in the rear, and then you have a very unique electric vehicle with a great battery, with a large battery, and all-wheel drive. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below, and for more car content, as always, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.